Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. In front of me is the 2021 TVS Apache RTR 200 and this video is gonna be a quick review of this motorcycle. So without wasting any time, let's jump into the video. Before starting the video, I would like to thank Shri Mishri TVS Motors, which is located at Nagar, Chennai, and a very special thanks to Mr.Selva, who is the manager of the showroom, for allowing me to review their bikes. If you are planning to buy a TVS motorcycle, please do contact their showroom. The showroom contact details will be displayed on the screen as well as on the video description. Now let's get back to the review. Let's first start off with the design. The new Apache RTR 200 looks quite busy with a lot of stickering. As you can see on the front mudguard, they have given TVS Racing sticker here, and on the top of the headlamp they have given an Indian flag logo. And on the side you can see an ABS DC RLP sticker, so the RLP stands for rear lift protection. And on the suspension they have mentioned Showa, so that is the brand which is used. On the center of the tank they have given RTR 200 badge here, and on the side we can find an TVS logo, followed by that we have RTR stickering. On the bottom we can find an RT slipper clutch stickering here, and on the middle there is an Apache logo which is quite big. And on the rear we can find an RTR 200 4-valve stickering. The same set of stickering is carried out on the other side of the bike also. Plenty amount of stickering is done on this new Apache RTR 200, but I personally love the overall design of this bike. Speaking about the headlamps, they have given a new headlamp setup to this bike, and this setup comes with an DRLs on the top, followed by that we have an high beam light, and on the bottom we have an low beam light. I'm not a big fan of this new headlamp setup, but TVS has done a really good job in providing these headlamps because it provides good amount of light through during the night times. And on the rear we have an halogen setup, but they could have provided LED setup on the rear too, but that's fine, that's not a big deal. No fancy LED indicators are added to the new Apache RTR 200, so again you get the old school halogen indicators on the front as well as on the rear. When it comes to performance, this 197.7cc single cylinder 4-valve engine produces 20.8 horsepower and 17.3 Newton meters of torque on sports mode, while the power and the torque figure varies on the remaining two modes, which I will explain later on this video. This engine is mated to a 5-speed gearbox, so for a 200cc bike this engine produces decent amount of power, which is more than enough for day-to-day city riding as well as for occasional long rides. The seat height of this bike is 800 mm, which makes it good for short as well as to the medium riders, while the tall riders may find it a bit uncomfortable because their legs might interfere with this part of this bike, but again the tall riders can manage it. TVS has given split seat setup to this bike, and they have added more cushioning to both the seats, so you get more comfort for the pillion as well as to the rider. On the rear we have the grab rails, which does not interfere with the pillion, and the pillion foot peg is forward set, which again adds more comfort to them. This is the only bike in this segment which comes with adjustable levers as well as with the adjustable suspension. So as you can see here, there are 3 levels of adjustment which can be done as per your requirement. Being a pure street fighter, it gets an upright riding posture, but the handlebars are slightly forward set, which might give you a bit sporty feel while riding this bike. Let me show you that. So as you can see here, this is the upright riding posture. The handlebars are slightly forward set, which gives me a sporty feel while riding this bike. The Apache RTR 200 has got a 12-liter tank capacity, which is not the biggest in the segment, but this massive tank looks and makes you feel like you are riding a big bike. Let's quickly take a look at the speedometer. As soon as you turn it on, it says 3, 2, 1 gear up, go, and a TVS flag goes off. It says hi Apachean, and this speedometer has lots of information on it. On the top we have the tachometer, and on the middle we have the speedometer. On the right side we have the trip meter, followed by that we have the gear position indicator. On the left hand side we have the fuel meter, followed by that we have the clock. The new addition to the speedometer is the riding mode, which you can find it on the bottom. So as of now it is on urban mode. On the bottom we have the indicator lights, followed by that we have service warning, and the ABS light is blinking here, and this is the high beam light. On the right hand side we have the neutral light, and this is the fuel indication, followed by that we have the smart connect indication. They have given buttons on both the sides, so you can make use of this button to switch to trip A, trip B, and here comes the trip F information. Followed by that we have the lap timer, and here is the high speed mode, which is the maximum speed this bike has done. Followed by that we have the 0 to 60 kmph info, and again it is back to average speed. So this is all about the speedometer. The quality of plastic which they have given on the switches is top notch. On the right side we get an kill switch, followed by that we get the mode switch, which helps us to switch to the urban, rain and sports mode. And on the bottom we have the ignition switch. On the left hand side we get an high beam switch, followed by that we get the smart connect button, and on the bottom we have the indicator switch as well as the horn. So this is all about the switch on this bike. I have to tell about the exhaust note of the Apache RTR 200, because the previous generation of the Apaches are well known for their pleasant exhaust note, and this bike is not at all a disappointment. So this bike has got a punchy exhaust note, and I will show you that. So that's all about the exhaust note. Let's start riding this bike. Another good thing about the Apache RTR 200 is that you can switch the riding modes while the bike is moving. So it comes with 3 riding modes. First one is the urban mode, and second one is the rain mode, and the third one is the sports mode. On the rain mode, the power is down to 17 horses and the torque is cut down to 16.5 Newton meters, while the ABS calibration is changed, and on the rain mode it works very sharp. On the urban mode, the power and the torque figure remains the same as that of the rain mode, while the ABS is neither too light nor too sharp, so it works normally. On the sports mode, the power is up to 20.8 horses, which is the max this bike can do, while the ABS will work only if it feels like the bike is getting out of control. This bike weighs 158 kgs, and let's take a look at the turning radius of this bike. The turning radius of this bike is very good thanks to the frame which they have used on the Apache. When it comes to braking, TVS has given a 270mm pedal disc on the front and 240mm of pedal disc on the rear with dual channel ABS. This bike comes with RLP, which is rear lift protection, which prevents the rear wheel from getting lifted when you apply the front brakes hard. So the RLP works only on the urban and rain mode, while on the sports mode you can apply the brakes and you can lift the rear wheel. TVS has given Remora tires to this bike. So the front tire is a 90/90 section tire, while the rear one is a 130/70 section tire. Speaking about the grip of these tires, as far as I have ridden this bike, it has provided decent amount of grip on the road. I'm in love with this clutch feel because it is very light, and the gearbox also feels good. This bike comes in 2 variants. The first one is the single channel unit with no riding modes, while the second one is the dual channel unit with all the riding modes, and that is the one which I am riding now. The on-road cost of the dual channel variant is 1.55 lakhs, and there isn't a big difference in terms of pricing for the single channel and the dual channel unit. Let's come to the final verdict of this video. If TVS has given a 6-speed gearbox to this bike and a 140 rear section tire, this could have been the best 200cc bike in the Indian market. However, this is the only bike in the segment which comes with adjustable levers, adjustable suspension and a lot of electronics. So we cannot deny the fact that this is the best 200cc bike which you can buy right now in India. So with that, I'm ending this video over here, guys. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do follow me on Instagram. I have dropped the Instagram link on the screen as well as on the video description. See you guys on another video. Till then, ride safe, wear helmet, take care, bye bye.